I'm Bille I'm one of the trainers at the Canine Training Institute of the Humane Society of South Central Michigan.
And I am Anne Maria, also one of the trainers for CTI at the Humane Society.
And this little guy is Barney. He's available for adoption from the Humane Society, and he's a very sweet puppy. Good boy, Barney. Now, Barney has already been taught to sit by the Humane Society staff, so he's a really easy guy to train. He's a very smart puppy, and he's already started doing some agility here at the Humane Society. He's a very good candidate as an agility dog. Good boy, Barney. So we are going to put a collar on him. This is going to be the first time he's worn a collar, and we're going to probably put a leash on him and see how he reacts to the leash. For some puppies, this can be a very traumatic experience, but he's a pretty laid-back guy, so we think it's going to be okay. Hey, Barney, good boy. So there are a lot of reasons for your dog to wear a collar. One of the most important is it helps you to have a little bit more control of him. It's a place for you to attach a leash when you go for walks. It's also a place where if you need to, you can grab your dog. Here comes Barney. He wants to get all the attention. Barney, Barney, Barney. He's going on a tour of the room. Yeah. Here he comes. Good boy. Another thing about a collar is it's a place for you to put identification on your dog. And this is especially important if you don't have them microchipped. Of course, we recommend microchipping your dog, and you can also have that done at the Humane Society. I will say a word of caution. If your dogs play with each other by grabbing each other's collar, you have to be vigilant about making sure that they're not twisting the collars, because they can do serious damage to each other that way. So try to find a collar that isn't easy to twist. A leather collar is probably a little bit better if it isn't too soft. But Anne is going to show you 2 ways to put a collar on a puppy, and Barney is going to be helpful and let us demonstrate with him.
And I have 2 types of collars here. I have just a regular flat collar. This one has just a way to easy, quick release. And you click it back together. And you just simply, you can do it. You just have to click it on, put it around his neck. And he seems to be okay with the collar. Sometimes a dog is gonna, I get kisses. Sometimes a dog is gonna fight it a little bit because it feels very strange on their neck. But he seems to have no problem at all. Thank you, Barney. That's so nice.
He's a pretty laid-back puppy.
Okay, let me get this off. So just take it off the same way we started. Now, this collar is a little different in that this is called a martingale collar. And the nice thing about the martingale collars, we use these often for training because they will pull a little bit on the dog's neck, but not so much that they would choke them like a choking collar.
Come here, baby.
So we recommend when we do our training, we like for the people that are coming to our training to use a martingale collar just for that reason. So in this case, Barney has to put his head through the collar. So if you're having any trouble getting it on your dog, one way you can try to do that, especially if they like treats, is you can show them a treat. Put the treat here in front of the collar, and then while he's eating the treat, you slip the collar on. So there you go, Barney.
If it needs to be tightened, you can tighten it after you put it on the dog.
Yeah.
But this one fits Barney pretty well.
Pretty well.
Maybe
it's a little large,
a little bit.
But it will get a little smaller when he pulls on it when he's on the leash.
And also, he's going to grow pretty fast.
Yes. And then the other thing I guess I'd say about collars, because we believe very much in positive reinforcement, is we are not supporters of prong collars, choke collars, shock collars.
Right.
So if you come to our class, we are going to ask that you use something like a martingale. So how you doing, Barney? You ready to walk? Okay. Good boy.
Let's see how he likes the leash. Hey, Barney. Hi. Can we put a leash on you? All right, when we start leash training, we let the puppy just drag the leash. Hey, good boy. That's good. You wanna walk with me? Good boy. Yeah, just drag the leash. Come on, just walk with me. And we just reward him for staying close. Barney, come on. Yes, good boy. Wanna walk with me? And when he stays close, especially if he's staying close to my leg and walking right beside me, I'm going to reward him very often. So I'm using little tiny treats. They're about half the size of the fingernail on my smallest finger. And he's just fine with that. Are you tired of walking? All right, then I pick up the leash. I let him drive. We go where he wants to go. Come on. Sort of. We don't want him out of the video. You going? Where you going? And then I encourage him to walk with me again with the leash on. Barney, come on. He's noticed the leash now. He turned and sort of bit at it. Barney, 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 come. Barney, come. Barney, come on. Yes, good boy. So now he realizes he's not crazy about the leash. Yeah, good boy. And that might be enough leash training for today, because we don't want him to learn to hate the leash. So we'll do another session like this with him tomorrow maybe, or someone will.
Yep.
Barney. Come here. Come here, Barney. Well, no.
Work a little bit on name recall like we did in our last video.
Up. Sit.
And Barney does really great with sit. And something that we wanted to try a little bit more, just to progress from the sit that we talked about last time, is to try down. So to get a dog to down, first you don't want to give it a name. You just want to show him the motion of doing the trick that you want. Yes. And give him a treat. Barney, have you had enough? Sit.
So most dogs will lie down and then instantly pop up again. And that's typical.
Barney.
To keep him down, what you want to do is feed him a series of tiny treats while he's down to keep him down there.
Yes. Good boy. I think we're ready to give it a name.
Yes.
So we can now do the same thing. Now we actually use the word down. Making a smaller treat here. Down. Yes.
So we name the behavior while he's doing it. So he will understand what the behavior is and associate it with the word.
Good. Yes. Good boy.
Now we have to tell him when he's done doing that behavior. So you should have a word that releases him from doing whatever he's doing. And I think you just
I use free.
Right. Oh, free. Okay. So Anne says free. So when her dog is finished with the exercise, she tosses a treat away from her and says free. And that tells the dog that he doesn't have to keep lying down. Free.
Yes. Good boy. So I'm getting the hang of this. I'll do it some more.
He's a very willing dog.
Good boy. Okay.
Got a great temperament too.
It's eye contact. Wonderful.
Yeah.
He didn't do eye contact.
Yeah, so.
Do we have time for eye contact?
Next.
So I think,
Next time we'll teach eye contact.
he might be a little tired.
So, Canine Training Institute teaches 6-week-long classes. Our next class starts on August 28th, and each class is an hour. The cost is $65. If you've adopted from the Humane Society, you get a discount. And you can enroll either by going to the Humane Society website or by calling the Humane Society main line.